Today we're in a new neighbourhood for me. We're in the neighbourhood of Sunnyside in Queens. Let's go for a little walk and see what we can find. So what am I doing in Sunnyside, Queens today? Well, I've actually come here to make one story, believe it or not. But I also want to capture like 3 other videos if I can. Unfortunately, it's only one story and 3 walk and talks, but with the summer soon to be here, I want to get as much footage as I can. Now, I was surveying the area on Google Maps before I came down here. Let me just let the trolley go by so that I'm not shouting over it. And as I was walking around the area on Google Maps, I saw this building. And immediately I knew that this used to be a movie theatre. So I dug in online to find out what movie theatre it was. And this theatre here used to be the Bliss Theatre. It opened around 1930 or so, and it closed sometime in the mid-60s. Now, what is unique about this one is they have a lot of Egyptian architecture was like the theme for the theatre. And by all accounts, inside, they still have some of the paintings, some of the artifacts from when the theatre was originally there. Now, I'm not going to go inside because Assembly Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses, probably not for me. Now, just so you know, I think that this is just the entrance, and the building right behind it, this big one right here with the water tower, I think that was actually the theatre. And the reason I say that is you see an egress right there, and that used to come all the way down to the ground floor. So that would be like the upper tiers right there. Anyway, I thought that'd be a good start today. The Bliss Theatre on Greenpoint Avenue in Sunnyside, Queens. Now I'm actually going to take a walk down Greenpoint. I just wanted to see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Because you know I do love a good short every now and then, right? And I can never turn down a mural. Even though they're about as popular as a chocolate fire guard. One of these old school rides, probably a bit of a waste of money, but I guess I used to use them when I was a kid, right? Now, I've already filmed the story that I'd planned to do today, which is right down at the end of this street here, just like a block away. And that was the old Sunnyside Garden Arena, which is no longer there, but they do have a placard for the arena, and the street is actually named Sunnyside Garden Way. That was the only story that I came here for. But I'm not going to waste a journey, because it took me quite a while to get here. I'm not going to waste a journey and not make some films here. I see Luis Diaz, Neymar, Messi. Not 100% sure on the others. Now, just so you know, this is like, from what I could see online, it looks like a heavily populated Spanish area. Though that might come in a later video. Because for this one, I want to take a look along Greenpoint. Because it seems to be quite an active road. Now, even though this is probably the first video going up, this is actually the third one that I filmed this week. Today, sorry, this week, hark at me. The other one, I took a nice long walk along Queens Boulevard, right along the 7 train. And that one was actually a silent video that I did. The reason for that is, even though I don't have a story planned, I'm almost certain I can make a story out of that 8 minutes. Maybe the history of Queens Boulevard, or perhaps the history of the 7 train that runs over it. In fact, there's the 7 right there. So you know what, I'll cross here, because I've got to go back anyway. We can at least walk up to Queens Boulevard there, so that we can look at the architecture. And from this area there's actually a pretty good view of Manhattan. But also, for whatever reason, views of Manhattan just don't do well. And right here, right where that car's turning, the black car going away from us there, right there is actually Calvary Cemetery. Now, I only managed to get a short of that. I'll do a much longer video on that one later. Calvary Cemetery is the largest cemetery in America. There are over 3 million people buried there. So as you can imagine, there's quite a lot of walking would be involved to go to Calvary Cemetery. There's a famous scene in The Godfather where you see the Manhattan skyline in the background, and they're burying, maybe they're burying Marlon Brando's character. But that video was shot from Calvary Cemetery. Okay, so that's about it for this little walk. Hope you enjoyed this new neighborhood of mine. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. I'd much appreciate that. And subscribe if you like videos from Queens and Brooklyn, New York. Now, I have to go to the bank. Alright guys, I'll catch you soon.